And we are back in the Manimal Zone in Kerry Stellar's kitchen.
Back in my kitchen.
Back in the kitchen.
We are back.
Get back in the kitchen.
Back in the kitchen.
Get back in the fucking kitchen.
At least we're not in the corner. Well, we kind of are.
I only watched one fight yesterday.
Me too.
And then after that, I didn't watch any other fights. But I did catch up on, I saw the main event, Moicano.
Okay, I didn't get to see that.
St. Denis.
Okay. Not surprised.
But Steamroller, came a little short. But the fortunes of warfare are always doubtful, so it happens. I tried to tell him the story about Paris and the Vikings.
When did you tell him that?
Before he left, I was hoping that would have been inspiring.
So let's have a Manimal moment so you can tell it
Manimal
now.
moment. So in the
Here
show,
we are with another Manimal moment.
Thank you. So in the show Vikings, they have it that Ragnar does this, but in history, it's actually his son Bjorn that does this particular thing. So they're sieging a city in the show Vikings. It's Paris, and before they leave to Paris, he goes to the Oracle and he's like, how am I going to take over Paris? And the Oracle thinks about it and he's like, not the living, but the dead will take over Paris. And, Ragnar's thinking about it and whatever. He goes to take over the city. He gets fucked up. He falls off the wall, hurts his ribs. And he's like, I want to be baptized. So he tells him he wants to be baptized before he dies. The priest comes and baptizes him. And then he's there for a month. And they're like, when are you guys going to leave? And they're like, well, Ragnar's sick. A couple of days later, they're like, he died, but his last request was that he could be buried in the church. So they take him into the city. Ragnar's in the coffin. He jumps out of the coffin. He grabs the princess. And he's like, checkmate. And he takes over Paris, right? They pay them to leave. But not the living, but the dead will take over Paris. So I was like, okay. I was like, third round. I was hoping for...
Me too.
So, but whatever. And then the main event, it looked like Denise got pieced up. But I said it was a day card after that. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I get emotional.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking done with this card.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching it anymore.
No, I was over it too. At that point, I was just like, all right.
Yeah, that's sad.
I don't need
Guys, do you get sad when your friends lose? I know I get hyped when they win.
Yes.
I'm very sad when they lose. And I'm really nervous when they fight.
Yeah.
So I'm usually more nervous for when my friends fight than if I fight. Because you can't do anything. You're like, when you fight, it's like, all right, well, I tried to do the thing. It didn't happen. When someone else is fighting, you're like, I saw this. And you're like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Why didn't you try that?
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't I fucking Monday morning quarterback the shit out of you when you're at the lowest point in your life?
Yeah. Why didn't you do this?
Yeah, I remember coming into the gym the day after fights, and dudes would be like, last night, the day after the fight, the guy got his ass kicked the night before, and they're like, oh, listen, maybe you should try this move. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. I just got my ass kicked last night.
Maybe this is something you should have tried.
Hey, you know what? Let's start working on technique, dude. I just got I just spent 6 hours in the hospital last night. Can I just chill?
Not that there's any comparison, but there's teammates and pool players that have a habit of doing that. Even if they're not your teammate or they're just a person that you're friendly with, they'll come up with why don't you try this? And it's like after you lose, it's like...
Well, we call that Monday morning quarterback.
It's like, all right, thanks.
Where you see it the most is
not the same, but thanks.
Where you see it the most is football because they're like, oh, you should have did this. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah.
Show me. That's what I tell them, show me how to do it. They're like, what are you trying to tell me here? The funniest is when I'm teaching, in Brooklyn, and I have a lot of young guys. And they're like, Coach, what if I do this? I was like, what are you even trying to ask me? Show me. And they go to do something and it's a total flop. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're showing me. What move? They're like, I'm like, dude, stop. Just do the fucking move I just showed you. I'm like, kid, I'm all for creativity, but do the move I showed you first. Well, what stops the guy from putting his hand here? I was like, why would his hand be there? If me and you wound up in the closet together, I'd come out. Like, why are we in the closet? No, that's from...
Why are we even in the closet now?
I had a instructor, Rodrigo Gracie, and there was this Muay Thai guy who had a school around the block. And he would come in and Rodrigo would be like, oh, you got to try jiu-jitsu? He's like, no, I'm good in the clinch. He's like, if me and you were in a closet, I'd fucking come out. And Rodrigo just looked him in the face and was like, man. And he's Brazilian, right? He's like, man, why would we be in a closet together? And the fucking guy was just like, oh.
Like, that's a pretty weird thing to say.
Yeah,
closet.
he's like, man, why would we be in the closet together? Like he didn't, he didn't understand.
That's great.
He's like, what the fuck?
Could have been in the basement.
Oh, it's funny what gets lost in translation sometimes. So, I used to have like a clothing company, right? And me and my partner, we would do private labels. So like, kind of like what Teep does.
Yes.
Teep makes a shirt for me. So this is a Manimal shirt, right? So we made this shirt for this fighter, and his nickname was the Lady Killer.
Oh, God.
And to us, we know what that means.
Yeah.
Right? It means a guy who's good with women.
Yeah.
But my partner is Persian, so English is not
What
his
does this
first language.
mean?
And he was like, John, he's like, are you sure we could print this shirt? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, Lady Killer, isn't that like, bad? I was like, no. It means like he's good with the ladies.
Not in America. Sorry.
Lady Killer. He's like, in America. He's like, no, I was watching that show. He was like, I seen those lady killers. I was like, no. This is like, I'm good with the ladies.
Serial murderers. Those are people. Current Affair, all those shows. Remember that?
Yeah, I also don't know why you would have a nickname, the Lady Killer.
I don't either.
Like, unless you're the transcontinental champion.
Even then.
Don't do it. The first transgender champion was the Man on the Moon guy, Andy Kaufman. You ever see that with Jim Carrey?
No.
Dave Chappelle has a funny one about Jim Carrey. He's like, he wanted to meet Jim Carrey, and he winds up meeting him when he's doing Man on the Moon. And Jim Carrey is like a crazy method actor. He was like, when I did Man on the Moon, I became Andy Kaufman. And he did everything like Andy Kaufman. He was like having conversations with his fucking Andy Kaufman's kids and like, it's okay, I accept you for who you are. He's like, you're not a fucking dad. Like he was just. So Dave Chappelle goes to meet him, and he's like, and they like, Dave, you have to call him Andy. He's like, dude, I came here to meet fucking Jim Carrey, not Andy Kaufman. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you have to call him Andy. He's like, you have to. And I'm like, what a fucking nut. So they asked him to do they did a song for the movie. I forget who did it. It was like U2 or R.E.M., one of those bands from the 80s when we were kids. And they put a man on the moon.
Oh, yeah. R.E.M.
R.E.M. Yeah. And they were like, yo, Jim Carrey, come back and be in the film as be in the video as Andy Kaufman. He was like, oh, no, I'm done with that part of my life. He was like, I can't do it. And I'm like, he's such a method actor. He's like, I can't. He's like, I was Andy Kaufman for a little bit. Back to Jim Carrey. He's like, I had conversations with their fucking the ex-wife, the kids. Like, dude, you're not fucking Andy Kaufman. He's
no matter how much you want to pay.
He's telling them how he feels about them. He's like, no, I'm so proud of you kids. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not your kid. You're an actor. Stop.
I'm so proud of you kids.
Stop.
You turned out great.
Yeah, I'm going to just go around to people and I'm going to be like, your dad's spirit is in me. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to just do that in the hood. It'll make a lot of kids feel good because they wish that their dad would have said that when they were growing up. Now I'm just going to be like, oh, wait, your father, he's inside me. And he's telling me that he's so proud of you. Yeah.
Like have you ever seen the Long Island video?
Who is that girl in Long Island?
What's her face?
Do you know her?
I don't know her personally.
Oh, I don't know. You're from Long Island. I thought all Long Island people know each other.
No, I do not know
I thought there was like a Long Island psychic group.
The Teresa.
I don't know. She has some
computer or something.
She sounds very Italian to me. Teresa, let's go ghost hunting. We're in Long Island. We go ghost hunting.
I'm into ghost hunting.
Well, you want to go to the...
I just don't want one following me home. I have a couple. I don't need any more. One that hangs outside, right outside of my door, smoking cigarettes.
Hey, listen.
Smoking spirits.
Spirit smoking.
Instead
of spirit cooking, he's smoking spirits. Spirit smoking spirits.
Spirit cigarettes.
Spirit smoking spirits. The spirit is smoking an American spirit cigarette. So
funny.
It's so funny. These headphones are really good with a mic. I
like
hear
them.
The birds chirping. before I did. Whatever. I heard the birds chirping. Maybe it was just in my imagination.
Sage, cut it out. Sorry. I'm back. My cat's being a jerk. No, she's not feeling well.
It's okay. It's not easy having animals.
Especially when they get older.
I know.
It makes it even harder.
Yeah, I've had cats and dogs my whole life.
You know, they're great though.
So good.
Write us in. Tell us if you like cats or dogs better. We want to take a survey. As of now, I just
As of now,
decided.
you want it with survey time. Guys, do you like cats better or dogs better?
Write us in. We'll air our answers next week. Next week's episode.
Yeah.
So, survey says,
Would you prefer cats, dogs, lizards? What's your favorite pet, guys?
Yes.
Let
yeah,
us
there
know
are
in
some
the
people that
comments.
like the amphibian life.
Let us know in the comments. No, what's your favorite pet, guys? So let us know. Don't be a hoe. And,
Don't be a hoe.
well, you can be if you want to be.
Let us know.
Whatever, you can be a hoe if you want.
So I had dogs as a kid and cats, but now I just have cats because I think for me it's a little easier because
Dogs
dogs
are
are just like a kid. It's a huge commitment. And cats, they're turning out to be a lot of work too. But
Not all the time.
Yeah,
though. They're
not all the
Like
time.
the dog, and when the dog gets sick, like you have to pick up their shit every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
It becomes a big pain.
it's
in
a
the ass.
lot of work. So for me, but I do love dogs.
And if you have a big dog, like
they're
my
great.
bitch eats like a fucking other person, and picking
Yeah.
up her shit is like picking up a person's shit.
Yeah.
The things they don't tell you. It's a lot. I once had a cane corso. He was like 150 pounds. That motherfucker.
big.
I was like, I can't.
That's
I was,
big.
I was like, you need a farm, bro. But I found him just like tied up to a pole outside of my neighborhood in the middle of January.
That's terrible.
So terrible, guys. Calm
People are
down.
the worst.
People are the worst. Well, I mean, people do that shit to their babies, so of course they're gonna do it to their dogs.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're gonna do that to your kid, an animal's not far off.
Well, I
If you're
mean,
gonna do it to an
animals
animal,
easier.
then a kid's not far off. So.
Animals easier, I guess. Not for me though. I love my animals.
Yeah, I could never. I couldn't abandon my animals at all.
No, your cats are cute. My yard cats are super cute too.
Oh, also, write us in. Let us know how you're doing in the hurricane and everything that happened because
Oh, for our international listeners,
Yeah.
all four of them, guys, worldwide across the globe.
let us know how you're doing in Florida and the southern states.
Where is the Manimal Zone?
Is everybody okay? I was just saying that before. I'm like, I wonder if everybody's okay.
I just
I've
seen
friends
that
all
video
over.
with a dude in his kayak in his living room.
That I
He's
saw
like,
that
"We're
on
reporting
Twitter
from my living room."
live,
That's why I have the kayak,
and it was like underwater.
just in case. I'll be in my kayak inside the house,
Be fine.
just chilling in my kayak.
I think it's all right.
Oh, I left. I wanted to go kayaking, but when the weather is like a little
Sketchy.
sketchy,
can't.
the water's rugged because I'm right
can't
by
chance
the
it.
Atlantic Ocean, so
Yeah,
It
this
is-
would not be the good time to chancing it right now.
definitely not.
No.
Why the hell you were saying something while you were mad before? What the fuck were you mad about?
Oh, damn it. I can't.
I mean, I'm always mad about the Belt Parkway. That's my constant annoyance. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna run for governor of New York just based on two platforms: no tax, repeal the 16th Amendment. Well, then I guess I would run for state senate.
Yes.
And actually, no. You know what I would do? Take out all those annoying cameras. So fucking annoying.
Which ones?
All the red light cameras. The
They're gonna be
speeding
gone.
Cameras.
At least in Nassau and stuff.
Nassau
Nassau,
said
they're going to be
take
gone.
them
Yeah.
out. Yeah, the
That's
city said the opposite. Of course, the city's like,
the worst.
guys, we've decided that we're gonna double it.
Like we're a surveillance state.
We're a surveillance state. No, the city's getting crazy. And you know what I fucking hate about the city? Eric Adams. You got the most corrupt dude, the most corrupt mayor we've had in forever that we know
Yep.
of. That we know of. The most corrupt mayor we know of. Because de Blasio, we still don't know where that $1 billion he gave his wife is. We got divorced. We got divorced. So now our assets.
Yeah.
You know, we had to split them up somewhere. What? Where the fuck's the $1 billion you took? So whatever. So for de Blasio maybe, but Adams
Yeah.
is like the most corrupt dude,
Crazy.
making all the laws for you,
Yeah.
like for the common
All
person.
the stuff you should have to do don't apply to him or any of his friends.
And I thought there was like conflict of interest things. Like I remember in the city, you sit through all this conflict of interest shit. It's like you can't hire, you know, your brother or your
Yes, yes.
and they always do it. So then politicians are like, no, the brother is the brother of the one brother heads this agency, the other brother heads that. Oh, now they're doing another funny thing. They're saying the deputy mayor and I forget if it was the chancellor or another government official, are getting married. They've had a secret love affair for 10 years.
That's great.
I was like, oh, that's convenient because if you're married, you can't testify on your speech if you don't want to. So let's say me and you get married. The Fifth Amendment, which is the right to not incriminate yourself,
Yes.
also extends to your spouse, because a lot of times what they found out is whatever your spouse is doing might implicate you even if you didn't do anything, which then would incriminate you. So, like, let's say I came home one night covered in blood, and you were like, yo, what happened? And I'm like, nothing. And you're like, all right, whatever. Right, that could implicate you. You'd be like, yo, something was shady. I didn't say anything. So you can't say nothing. You'd be like, nothing. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to incriminate myself. That I knew something happened. Right, so now these two people get married. If they go to court, I can't rat on you legally, because that would incriminate you or me, and then the Fifth Amendment protects that. So it's real shady, because it's like, when did that happen? It's like, oh, all of a sudden, and in the midst of all this scandal, when most people would be like Kerry, imagine that you were being investigated by the FBI. Would you be like, you know what? I think I want to get married now. No, you'd be like, yo, listen, babe, can we put this on hold? I got the FBI all up in my shit.
Just for
I'm a little
lazy
stressed.
thinking.
No. No, they're like, yo.
Now, full steam ahead.
The secret relationship for 10 years.
I
Oh,
can't.
no, we're getting married now. Not even engaged.
Straight to marriage.
Straight to marriage. They didn't even get no. Hey, you want to get engaged? No, let's just elope.
Straight to marriage.
Straight to marriage. This way I can't testify
It's
against
weird.
you. Now Eric Adams is like, oh,
We're
he's
back.
like taking this girlfriend on vacation all the time. So they're like, oh, you gave your girlfriend like $100,000 gift, a job that she never goes to. So there's all this corruption. So it's like, oh yeah, my girlfriend, here's a $200,000 a year job that you never have to show up to.
Yeah.
So, and it's been going on. Remember what Ed said? That it's from
For a
Brooklyn.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah, because I told everyone, I was like, this guy's corrupt from Brooklyn. And since then, and now I'm like, yeah, fuck the Turkish government. No, yeah.
He's good.
No, he's good. He's all right. He was a cop. Cops are never corrupt.
No.
No.
They're the worst.
Sometimes. Well, when they're bad, they're the
I
worst.
didn't mean all the times.
Yeah, but when they're bad, it's bad, because then
Yeah.
they have the easiest in to be crooked.
Yeah.
Right?
be able to cover it
guys
up,
can pay them
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Well, you see, there was some shit with the fire department too, I thought.
Yes.
So, with
Who was the guy that killed himself when the feds went to go raid his house
who the fuck
or pick him up or whatever? I
Who
forget.
can remember?
Yeah, there's a
It's
lot of
getting
shit
to the
going on.
point that it's so blatant that the government's corrupt.
Diddy did it.
Did it. Who's next? I'm saying Drake. My next call to come out and be fucked up is Drake, to get like implicated in all that sexy Diddy shit.
I think possibly Jay-Z.
Jay-Z too. I got Jay-Z. Oprah I would love to
Oprah will
see.
probably come out. So
I would love to see Oprah.
She'll be implicated.
Oprah get incapacitated. I would love to see her get incapacitated. Implicated, yeah.
Yeah. She's definitely gonna. And
What was she doing with like that John of God guy?
exactly. You're gonna tell us you didn't know
That guy was
that
like,
guy was a fucking
trafficking
human
kids,
trafficking
right, yeah.
freak. Come on.
your best friend you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of horse shit that she didn't
And
know.
he's
Of
my
course she
best
knew.
friend.
Of course she knew. And
And
she
I
was
don't-
really good friends with fucking Harvey Weinstein too.
Oh, they love each other.
Show me the company you keep, right?
Well, Harvey Weinstein, I'm going to say this about
Liked
Harvey
women,
Weinstein.
didn't like kids.
Liked women, didn't like kids, and I mean, listen, whatever. The guy's a scumbag, probably forceful, but all those girls that he did anything with were adults.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They were
And
they
adults
weren't
in the
kids.
industry. They were looking
Yeah.
to get ahead.
Yep.
Would you go to a guy's room at 3 in the morning
never.
if you didn't
I'm
want to
not
fuck?
stupid. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, right? Like 3 in the morning.
And I hate to say it like that. I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying, that's something that you should know.
It's something you
That's
should know. That
probably
why
not going to end well.
Oh, this guy at 3 in the morning. Hey, you know what? Why don't we get breakfast instead? I'm really tired. You know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Exactly. You should.
Yeah, you know that the chance isn't 0 that this guy wants to fuck.
Exactly.
All right, 3 a.m. the guy calls
Come
you
to
up.
my
It's-
hotel.
Come
No.
to my hotel. The
Definitely
chance is not 0
No.
that he wants it, right? There's a chance.
There's a big chance.
And it's probably 100%. But even
Yeah.
if you're delusional, which I'm fine with that, be delusional.
That's your problem, not ours.
Well, it depends how strong your delusions are. Because sometimes you can make
Could
those...
be anybody's problem.
Yeah, it could be everybody's problem. depending how delusional you are.
True.
Like if you're Bill Gates and you identify as a doctor.
That's the best.
I'm a doctor.
I kept saying that during COVID. I'm like, this guy couldn't fix the computer virus, and you guys are going to tell me he could fix the world right now? Get
No,
out of
he
town.
figured the computer virus out. That
Yeah.
you make a virus,
Yes.
make the
You don't
fix for it.
Yeah. But you never really fix it.
And then you make another one and you update the system and make a new
You
system.
update the virus.
You
make
update
a
the
new
virus and make a new virus, and you make a new system to combat the virus. And the
Crazy.
next thing you know, you have Microsoft 88.
Yep. Diabolical bullshit.
What are we on? Microsoft 3, 3.1.
And then all of a sudden he becomes a
5e.
philanthropist
And I'm a philanthropist that donates to my own organization.
and gives kids vaccines, and he's not licensed.
Kerry, you make your organization, and
Yes.
I'll make an organization.
Perfect.
You'll be the CEO of mine, and I'll be the CEO of yours, and we'll just keep donating to each other's organization.
All right. And we're going to
Through
say,
that
if we get in trouble, Bill Gates. he got away with it.
Hey, listen, where's Melinda Gates and stuff? Well, that's why they all get divorced.
Kevin
now.
Klein in a dress.
Kevin Klein.
I'm convinced.
It really does look like Kevin Klein.
Look at pictures of her from when she was younger and Bill was younger. It doesn't even look like the same people, not even aged.
Progesterone's a hell of a drug. It could just be that the girl goes through menopause hard, but I don't know. She looks like different. Her face looks
turn
like.
you into bordering a man. Like
I don't know if you remember Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Used to have a dude who was a shape changer.
Okay.
Odo. And Odo, when he was not like trying to change into something else, he adopted like a human form.
Yeah.
But he's not really human, so his human form looks like he's made of clay. Go look up Odo Deep Space Nine. You'll see what I'm saying. And this is kind of like what all these people start to look like. They look like they have like they're chameleons, and they're trying to look human, but they've never really been human. So Odo Deep Space Nine, right? Like you see how he's like he can't really
barely real.
He can't really make facial features.
He's like barely real. Look at
Yeah.
him. He's got like that
Smooth over. It's like Botox.
Yeah.
It looks like he got a lot of Botox.
It's not even a real face.
But yeah,
That's
so
great.
that's what these people.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, so they're like
Get it out of here.
because he can't like really mimic getting wrinkles and gray hair, so he just like makes this is a human, and you're like, yeah, I guess he looks human,
Yeah.
but he really looks like he had mad Botox. That's what he looks like.
So can I say another controversial person that I think could have been a man at one point because they look real? Barbara Bush. No, look at pictures of her.
Wait, Kerry,
That is a weird
have
looking
you ever
woman.
gone on this conspiracy theory rabbit hole?
Barbara Bush?
No, all the first ladies.
That they're all men?
Go Google first ladies as men. You've never come across this at 4 a.m. on the interwebs. These bitches look very masculine. Oh, and hold on, this isn't my theory, but it's a funny
Barbara
one.
Bush does look like a dude, I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. Look, they're very masculine looking women. They're very, very, very handsome women. I would call them handsome women.
They're handsome women.
I mean, look at that Adam's
Yeah,
apple.
they are.
That's an Adam's apple, bro. Look at that.
Without a question.
Look at this dude. This guy looks like Gene Wilder. That girl looks like Gene Wilder. Like
That's not a girl.
some of these for
Like
Barbara
that's not
Bush.
a girl, yeah. Yeah, look.
You know, some of these first ladies look a little, high test. I mean, look at that jawline. Wow, it looks like they're on steroids. Like they're either on no, but this one has I don't know who this is, but she got a fucking Adam's apple. Right?
That's fucking
That's an
funny.
Adam's apple. So that's a crazy theory that a lot of the first. Hold on, wait. So this isn't my theory, but once Dan said it, I was like, it's a funny theory. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying that just because I present a conspiracy theory to you doesn't mean I believe it. And this is one of those. Can you type in Susan B. Anthony? Yeah, right. So, Kerry, look up Susan B. Anthony.
Yes.
You know who Susan B. Anthony is, right? She's the person that pushes through the 19th Amendment,
Yes.
the giving women the right to vote, which some people, it's controversial, actually. It's amazing how controversial that was. Now, how masculine do you think Susan B. Anthony looks?
Very.
Now, Dan says that it's a troll. The name's a troll. Susan
Oh,
B. Anthony. That it's a troll.
Honestly.
And she's pretty masculine. Hold on, I'm just going to show this to the camera.
She looks as feminine as Barbara Bush.
More. No, I mean, Susan B. Anthony, just take a look.
Look up a bunch of them. They are some manly looking.
There's some manly looking women, and we're not saying they're men, but I do love the conspiracy theory. And
think they
Susan B.
possibly
Anthony
could be.
being a troll.
Yeah.
Susan B. Anthony.
Yeah.
Because I've heard this conspiracy theory. So giving women the right to vote is a troll. Because by doing that, you can manipulate the vote.
Okay.
Because this is the argument. It's not my argument. I think it's good for everyone to vote.
Agreed.
Even though I don't know what the fuck we're voting for. So maybe one day when we have a fair election again. I don't think we've ever had a fair election since Kennedy was killed.
Probably not.
Honestly, because think about it. Once they kill Kennedy, it's essentially like, yo, you fucking don't do what we tell you, and we'll kill you in front of everyone, and we'll make your wife do it.
Yep. Yeah. People think I'm crazy when I say that.
It's a good one.
Like, listen, I got a laundry list of conspiracies. That's just
theory.
one.
That's my favorite. So I think after that point, if it's not blatant fraud, it's definitely steered a certain direction. Even I was thinking about it on the car ride out today, that the Richard Nixon Watergate stuff is really convenient, because once you create a scandal and the person kind of resigns, you kind of let them off the hook. So Richard Nixon, he puts through, he does all the shit with Vietnam, right? And then withdraws and then puts us on fiat currency to obfuscate that, to hide the fact that he took us off the gold standard completely and made our currency only based on the faith in the American government. Always a great idea.
Hopes and dreams.
Well, the problem with having your currency based on faith is that, I mean, if people lose faith, you lose your economy. So, and then to hide that, he gets involved in a Watergate scandal, and then he resigns, and then goes out of the public eye. Right? It's a nice way to push you away. Cuomo, resign in disgrace for some stupid shit that never got persecuted. A girl touched him. He touched a girl. Whatever.
Yeah.
Someone touched someone.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
People touching people.
People touched someone. Someone got touched. Oh no. So people touched each other, and then he resigns. No charges, right? So no charges, and then you stop investigating all the people that he killed in the nursing homes, and they actually did. They did bring him back to Washington to testify on it, but it did go away for a minute, and then they realized we can't just let this all go away. But I heard Cuomo's trying to come back and be the mayor of New York.
Stop.
Yeah, they might dust him back off.
Well, I mean,
The only problem is that you have such bad leadership that Cuomo is preferred over Hochul and
that's how bad it is.
And Adams. Adams is, I mean,
He's.
I'm sure that Cuomo was corrupt and was getting paid by nursing homes, but I mean, I think these people are even more corrupt.
Oh yeah, without a question.
Oh, you know what I found out too? Hochul has the authority to remove the mayor.
Yes, and why hasn't she?
Well, she was like, nothing's proven yet.
Yeah, or does she know? And
no, I don't know. She's on thin ice too. Remember,
that's
her
what I'm saying.
approval ratings
I'm wondering if there's
low too.
She's doing terrible.
So I think she has to decide. I think that's what she's trying to figure out.
Like, what path is she gonna?
If she
take?
removes him, will that make her polls go up?
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, will that
Make her polls
go down? Yeah. So I think she's at a point where she doesn't know.
Do we want to? Is there any MMA events? Do we want to talk about Diddy? Do we want to talk about something completely different? Oh, you know what? I think we should definitely ask people about what their favorite foods are and would they like us to try to cook at them. And
yeah, we've been thinking of doing a grappling gourmet
no better
cooking
time
show.
than the present.
Yeah, let's ask our 17 followers.
That's better than none. What do you guys think?
If there's something you want us to cook, let us know.
We make good stuff.
What'd you just make? A cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Kerry just made an Oreo cheesecake, so I'm excited for that after the show.
Yeah, me too.
I rolled a blunt. That was my contribution. Not like Elon Musk's contribution to his kids' names. Though.
A12. He said that shit or tried to with a straight face. He's like, oh my God. He's like A12 and that's my contribution. Like,
he tried. Joe Rogan cracked up and he couldn't even. He's like, Archangel 12, the best.
He laughed.
The best plane ever made. Like, that's my contribution to my kid's name.
Joe Rogan laughed in his face.
He's like, you can't be serious. He's like, are you fucking with me? Like,
And it
you
was
put
about
me-
the ash, not about the
Ash.
The A12. He was just like, he really tried to get through the whole thing. He's like, so my contribution.
You know, the AE that's pronounced Aish.
Like, way to tell your wife you're really mad at her. Like, you just pissed me off by naming our kid something you can't come back from.
I think what tells your wife
Aish.
you're mad at her is when you have 2 kids with the cleaning lady.
That too.
Yeah, that not 1, 2.
2.
You were like, oh, you know what? This girl got good genetics. She was hardworking. You know, I know.
He's like, it was good the first time. Let's do it a second. I can't. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, could you imagine naming?
That's
your
how I
kid-
know Elon Musk's a busy guy. Because
What, he names his kids?
no, because he has to fuck the cleaning lady. Because he's like, yo, I'm busy. Bill Clinton too. Whatever you want to say about Bill Clinton being a scumbag, he's a busy guy. That's why he has to. You know, Monica's right
Monica
there.
Lewinsky.
She was young too.
She was over 18 though.
She was over 18, yeah. Listen, it's not illegal, but that doesn't mean it's not immoral.
No,
I
it's
mean, I
totally
think she was
immoral, but
like
it's not illegal.
19 and he was like 46.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm 43.
Could you
And
ever fucking imagine?
I could barely talk to a kid.
I know.
Like, I have all
They're
these,
half retarded.
I have these like 17, 18-year-old kids that I coach in Brooklyn. And they try to tell me what to do. I'm like, yeah, okay. They know everything. I'm like, all right. And then anything I talk to them about, remember, your frame of reference is way different.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrestling with that kid Ronnie, and I do this, and we wind up, locking fingers.
Yeah.
And you remember pro wrestling, Kerry, Test the Strength,
Yes.
where you would play Mercy?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do we do with Test the Strength? He's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, you demoralized me now. You made me feel really old. He's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, we play Mercy. He's like, I was like, fuck, do you kids don't play Mercy?
No, they're soft. They don't do anything.
I mean, this kid's good. Don't get me wrong, but he comes from
Not-
like an athletic background,
Like,
but they
in
don't
general,
fuck around.
Kids are different than what we were.
Yeah, like just your general like activity is not as rugged.
Nah, they don't do the shit we did. They don't do kickball. They don't fucking play. They don't.
Pick up the sewer cap and throw it.
I never did that.
You guys don't really have sewer caps out here, I guess.
I mean, I think we do. I just
They're not like
Not
every
sure.
10 feet.
no.
You just fuck with the sewer cap. I thought the Ninja Turtles lived in the sewer when I was a kid. I was in Marine.
Sounds like Splinter.
I need to learn martial arts by, someone that isn't quite human like me. So if I'm a manimal, I was like, I need a manimal to teach me.
There has to be a turtle living
There has to be a turtle here somewhere. Maybe a rat. Is there a wolf underground? No, but an alligator. So I remember as a kid, we picked up the sewer grate in Marine Park, and we were like, oh, let's go in the sewer. Are there turtles? No, there were a lot of rats, though. Not splinter rats, the fucking massive rats. The rat problem in New York's always been a problem.
Yeah.
And it's bad now. I seen a huge rat the other day, just like fucking bringing the family over. Just walk into the bus stop, like, hey guys, we're going to go take the bus
Casually,
now.
like it's just 2 o'clock for
I'm
them.
going to take the bus.
A family of rats like the geese around here.
Yeah, it's like a family of rats, really. There's hundreds of thousands of rats. And they say that there's I think 1-to-1 ratio of rats to humans.
That's insane.
And I think that's being generous.
That's insane.
I think there's more because I see them, and I'm not talking about mice. I'm talking about fucking
Big.
rats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things, they have jobs, families, whole lives.
You
Yeah.
see them, they're walking down the street with their briefcase.
They take the bus to work
He's
and
got his
shit.
fedora on. He's like, it's a busy day, guys.
Busy day, guys.
I gotta go pick up the scraps.
Yeah, you see him just carrying 3 kids on his
And then I'm
back.
selling them. Selling the scraps.
He
So I
goes
can
to
go
the
buy
market.
my kids' food.
The kids' food.
He's like, we need cheese tonight.
They're fighting with pigeons in the middle of the street over fucking bread. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I want to do a documentary about the animal kingdom in New York City because there's so much animal activity, like raccoons.
Yeah.
There's so many raccoon families, and I want to see how they interact. I want to like follow them and see do they go to war.
Did they go to war?
I think one killed one of my the kittens that my cat had that time.
That's so sad.
It is sad, but nature's a motherfucker.
I know it is.
Yeah, nature's savage. So I'd love to do a documentary on like all the animals in New York, because you live in a city and you're like, all right, we're in a city, but there's like billions of other animals, rats, Forget about bugs, cockroaches.
Bugs
forget it.
everywhere.
But the bird life, marine life. I mean, look what's in the ocean right here.
Oh yeah.
You know, and your area is not as populated as mine, and my water is like crazy, and that's right next to the city,
Yeah. Which is
right
pretty
behind
cool.
Kennedy Airport.
It's impressive.
So right behind the airport,
It's
it's a
beautiful,
nature
clean water,
preserve.
yeah.
It's so weird. New York is the weirdest fucking place.
It is.
New York City, especially. Well, New York City's backwards. It's backwards by design, though. I think I told you about this, right? New York City is the only place where a city's bigger than the county.
You did say that.
So, okay, let's think about Nassau County. If you live in Nassau County, that's the county. And then there's cities in Nassau County. Every city has a mayor. It's
Yes.
a small local government. Mineola has a city. Melville has a...
So why is New
a
York
mayor.
City so big?
Who knows? It's perverted. It's like perverted, not in the way of like dirty. It's perverted like it's the opposite of how most places run. So before like the late 1800s, I think it's 1898, maybe 1897. I forget the exact date. But New York is 5 boroughs, and each borough ran independently as a city. And what you called New York was Manhattan, was like New York proper. Then they consolidate all of that because before that there was no like bridge. Everything was ferries, and everyone ran their own ferries. It was like a ferry that Brooklyn ran, a ferry that Manhattan ran. So they consolidated that, and then they put all of the boroughs into one city. But that's backwards because the city shouldn't be bigger than the county. If you did it like Long Island, you'd have local government to a better scale because it would be like my neighborhood would be essentially a city in the county of Kings.
Yes. That makes sense.
Since I come from the county of Kings.
Yes. Kings County.
Remember Coming to America?
I haven't seen it in a long time. But
He's
I do
like,
remember
where
the
do I
movie.
go to find a queen?
Long time.
Queens.
Queens.
I'm going to go to Queens.
Didn't they remake that or something?
I think so.
Why do they always have to do that?
Because they don't have
something
any
new.
original ideas.
It's like, do something new.
These people don't really have original ideas.
they
They're out
ruin
here
all the
making
good
like
stuff.
Saw 12.
Literally.
Literally, like how many freaking Saw movies yeah, you chopped the guy up because he couldn't get out in time. I got you.
How many do you need to do? Yeah.
It's the same fucking plot. John Wick 3. Oh, God.
How
Even
many
though I
ones
like
do you need?
Keanu and shit, it's like after John Wick 1, that's it. He killed everyone.
It's like a remake Constantine.
Yeah,
They
remake
won't let him
Constantine.
though.
Oh,
That's what he said in an interview.
he said they won't.
It's the one movie.
I did watch that back in the day, but I'd
haven't.
like it to rewatch it.
I
I
haven't.
might have to give it a rewatch of
movie.
Constantine. Wasn't he like shooting demons with like a fucking Gatling gun?
It's great.
It's great. He's just. Don't you know that unless you go to their home plane, you can't damage demonic entities with corporeal weapons? You would need an incorporeal weapon.
I'm like, I have no idea.
I'm just letting you know how the rules work. I'm just letting you know the rules. If you want to damage something that's incorporeal, you need a ghost touch weapon. And, you can't just be blasting with your shotgun. Like, you could shoot a ghost all you want with your shotgun and nothing's
I
going
don't
to
go
happen.
through them.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen. They're not on this material plane. But if I had an incorporeal sword, a ghost touch weapon, let's say,
But they
if you were
weren't
in
really
D&D,
ghosts. They were like
demons.
looked like flesh demons. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you possess the flesh. Well, it's like you ever see Fallen with Denzel Washington?
Great movie.
Great movie. But
Great
Fallen's
movie.
great because he possesses all the different
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
And I love the wind-up, how he takes him into the woods. And then he almost kills him.
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie. Yeah, Denzel plays that part good, too. Denzel's like, oh, Azrael, I know you.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, what up, my demon motherfucker? He's like, what up? He was like, hey, he's like, who's the guy playing Azrael? He's like, Azrael. Oh, man, I haven't seen you in a while since I signed that first contract for my soul. Denzel's, I mean, he's too famous, I think, to not be.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Like, when you're so famous, it's like, I don't know. Now it has to make you question every single guy who's, like, super famous.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. It's true.
yeah, because it takes them forever to figure it out anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we knew about this for 30 years with Diddy. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna tell me like this all of a sudden? Like no, they've known for a very long time, and it's still been going on for a very long time, and that's the scary thing. You know, it's like you knew and you just sat on it. How is that okay?
They always do that shit. The
How is that
FBI
even
was
okay?
investigating. Remember the gymnasts?
Epstein forever too at one
No,
point.
remember those gymnast girls? The whole gymnastics team was getting like molested
Yep.
by the doctor.
Yep.
And they were like 17 months. They investigated it and dragged their feet on it while girls are getting raped. And then what happens? Oh, the doctor killed himself. Case closed.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? Like,
That's
case
incredible.
closed. What do you mean case closed? That was one guy, killed
Yep.
himself.
Yep.
Okay, what about everyone else? Oh, no, case closed. That guy killed himself. Clean. There we go. We done.
Yep.
Thanks, yeah. I love it. They're like, oh, killed himself.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Trump shooter, the second one?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. They put that shit out of the media real quick.
yeah, I don't really know too
Nothing
much
to
about
see
that.
here, guys.
I just know a lot. Like, I just keep on seeing a lot of the Diddy
Joe
stuff
Biden
coming
fell
through.
off his bicycle. I see it for fucking 8 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
someone tries to allegedly shoot the former president.
Nobody cares.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. Well, supposedly they
Twice.
found like 9 surface-to-air missiles that were shipped through the border, and they were intended their target was for Trump's plane. Supposedly, I mean, it's like
That would be pretty crazy if we're at the level that people were smuggling in missiles to shoot down
isn't that
our
incredible?
planes. Yeah, that would be pretty impressive, actually.
Supposedly they're trying to say it came from Iran, and in my opinion, I could see where what they're winding up for.
The Iranian threat, yeah, they're slow playing us for
Yes.
war with
Yes,
Iran.
absolutely.
They
That's
wanted
the way
it
I
to be
see it.
Russia, but the problem is if Trump gets in, he's going to dead the whole Russia thing.
Yeah, without a question.
But
Real
Trump
quick.
is so pro-Israel that they could easily play the Iran thing.
We'll see, because he was able to like squash a lot of shit.
Yeah,
when
I'd
he
like
was
to
in
see,
there.
the Israeli shit work out. But
Yeah, I know, right? But it's
I
crazy.
mean, that place has been in dispute for thousands of years.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's gonna go there and be like, yeah, it's all good, Bibby,
We got this.
Bibby, Bibby, Netanyahu, hey, Bibby. Fucking giving guys nicknames. I love to give my genocidal killers
Nicknames.
clever nicknames, like Sparkles. Sparkles, what up, you fucking genocidal motherfucker? Hey. They're like, I love to give
Warmonger.
cutesy names to all my mass murdering friends.
Okay.
They should do that with all the old serial killers.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer will be like, kissy face boo boo. No tattoo eater.
No.
He's like, I don't like him with tattoos. It tastes gross. He's like,
Just say eating people.
you got a lot
all
of
the time.
Kerry, you're good. You got a lot of visible tattoos. Cannibals won't want to eat you.
Nope.
No, they're gonna just eat your ass.
I'm good. They're gonna what?
Just eat your ass.
Oh, they can
You
only
got
have
some
the one
tattoos.
cheek. I have
Yeah,
one
just the
tattoo.
one
on my-
cheek.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I got tattoos there too. You're like, I covered all my bases
They
here.
could have one of my calves, one of my
Half an
thighs.
arm.
Yeah, half an arm.
How about sharks? Do they like tattooed
I
flesh?
don't know.
Hopefully we never find out.
Let's hope we don't.
Shark Week has come and gone. Hopefully the sharks have gone back to their pond. And
I don't know. I mean, so you know what I was saying the other day, like the guy that's like kayaking in his living room
yeah,
in wherever he was, like, so with a storm surge, so that's really what that comes from. Do like the sharks come with the surge? And
yeah,
the
they'll be in your living room.
Really?
Yeah, you can look it up. There'll be like fish in the street.
You got to be careful.
Sharks, alligators.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You get fucking murdered.
Alligators are there anyway.
Walking down the street and all of a sudden you're just like, "Rawr, well, I'm done for.
No, alligators is probably what
You
gotta
won't
worry
even
about.
see him.
Yeah, Fluffy's dead.
Yeah, but
That's
I could
it.
see
Poor little
sharks
Fluffy.
fucking coming up into the streets.
They
too, if it's
could,
deep
like
enough.
Sharknado.
No, just if it's
And
deep
Ian
enough.
Ziering's gonna appear.
What's that? There's a shark swimming down Fifth Avenue.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
What the frick?
I'm making that up.
Wait, there was a movie, My Crazy Superhero Ex-Girlfriend or something like that. And,
I heard of it, but I never saw it.
And she throws a shark through his window. It's like Uma Thurman.
What?
Yeah, he's like lives in Manhattan and she just throws a shark through his window. My Crazy Superhero Ex. I guess she's not that, not really
Could
a
you
hero.
imagine, like, all of a sudden this...
We use the term hero lightly. Much like a hero.
Hero. Big teeth coming at you. Rawr, 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 rawr. It's like, what?
No, it's pretty funny because the movie was made like 20 years ago, so we don't have great CGI. So when she throws the shark in, it looks like they did it on like a model set and threw like that plastic Playmobil shark in. You know, like the squishy play
Yeah.
shark. It looks like they just threw that in the fucking, like a
Okay.
diorama and then put him in after. It was like we just made a big flesh silicone shark.
That's great.
I think that you ever see how they did the original Jurassic Park? It was like mechanical.
I'm sure I saw that back in the day, like
But
how they did it. But I definitely watched the
Now
movie.
everything's CGI, but
Yeah.
it is cool that they used to make.
Oh yeah,
like,
they did.
robot.
Everything was like robotic.
Everything was
and
like
whatnot, yeah.
robotic, yeah, which was pretty dope. All right.
Well, yeah, especially because it makes it seem like a little more real than a fucking stuff that's not next to you.
I guess the CGI is
It's
not.
like the scale model. Probably insane.
When
They make it
Godzilla's-
look like it's gigantic and it's really fucking like you with like this fucking the T-Rex on a table.
Yeah, and then you're like in front of it, so perspective.
Yeah.
Like when you looks like you're crushing someone's head, you're like,
Yeah.
you're like, it looks like you're biting something. Yeah, but the perspective photography is funny like that. You just stand like at a certain spot, and it makes it look huge.
Oh.
Well, you're like tiny. Speaking of perspectives, where can they find you? No, just kidding.
You can find me on Instagram, Kerry the Stellar one in the girls' corner, and I'm also on Twitter. Same thing.
I'm gonna
I
get
think.
back on Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Yeah, I heard Twitter's better now.
Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, I'll get back on Twitter. But follow me at Manimal Zone everywhere, anywhere. Yeah. No, let me not sing. Okay. Kerry, that's good enough for me. Good job. All right, we are now exiting the Manimal Zone.